following is a production of Learfield Sports.
This copyrighted telecast is the property of Black Bear Sports Properties, LLC, an affiliate of Learfield Sports, LLC, under rights granted by the University of Maine. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, reproduction, or other dissemination or use of this telecast or any part of it without the express written consent of Black Bear Sports Properties, LLC, is prohibited. This legal disclaimer is brought to you by Lanham, Blackwell & Baber, proud supporter of the Black Bears. If you have any legal questions, visit them at lanhamblackwell.com. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Black Bear Insider. I'm your host, Brian Sullivan. We've got a jam-packed show for you this week. We're going to hear from track and field coach Mark Lech as his team gets ready for the 2014-15 campaign. We'll also hear from UMaine hockey standout Cam Brown. And speaking of hockey, we'll hear from the Reichenbachs. Husband and wife, new parents, also coaching the women's hockey team to one of the best starts in recent memory. Then we'll hear from student athlete and thrower extraordinaire Wilson Adams. Wait till you see what this guy can do on and off the playing field. And of course, it is the holiday season. We'll go to the Bangor Mall where the Maine women's basketball team is wrapping some holiday gifts for people in the area, all for a great cause. And in a fun event here at the university, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee holds their Dodge for a Cause. This you've got to see. We'll also hear from Athletic Director Carlton Creech in Carlton's Corner and a look at the U.S. Cellular upcoming schedule. This is the Black Bear Insider. The Black Bear Insider is brought to you by Lanham, Blackwell & Baber, U.S. Cellular, UMaine Recreation and Fitness Center, Fisher Plows, Maine Savings Federal Credit Union, EBS Building Supplies, and Digital Workshop.
Welcome to U.S. Cellular. Hey, remember you from Black Friday?
It's okay. I'm the one who wants to switch and get my old contract paid off.
Well, just a warning, our holiday deal is even sweeter. You'll still get the $100 U.S. Cellular prepaid card, but now you'll also get a free G-Pad 7.0.
A free tablet? $100. Go, go, go.
That's not a real tablet.
It isn't?
Don't let your old contract keep you from the best plan ever. This holiday season, sign up and get a free G-Pad 7.0 plus a $100 prepaid card. U.S. Cellular. Hello better.
No matter what your game is, indoors or out, the Student Recreation and Fitness Center at the University of Maine is your place to play, work out, relax, and have fun. The Rec Center has state-of-the-art cardio and weight training equipment, a pool, spa, and sauna, a running track, and more than 60 fitness classes a week. Or take your game outside with the Maine-bound Adventure Center. Hit the climbing or bouldering wall, learn how to kayak, go rock climbing. Whatever game you like, the Student Recreation and Fitness Center is your place to play.
Under the bright lights of your playing field, one performer continues to shine. The Fisher Extreme V. With durable X-bracing, the Extreme V carries the load. With precision passes, the power to bust through, the maximum protection of the Fisher Trip Edge, and the brightest lights available. Fisher, your business, our passion.
Learn more at vplowfacts.com.
Welcome back to the Black Bear Insider, now joined by Mark Lech, the track coach here at the University of Maine. Mark, thank you very much for being here. Our first repeat head coach of the season, so congratulations on that honor.
Well, thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Now here we are in the New Balance Fieldhouse, newly refurbished, and really just a sight to see. It's got to be nice for you and your team.
Absolutely. Too bad you couldn't show pictures of the old one and the contrast to the new one, because that really tells everything. I mean, just the ambiance, the brightness in here, just being in here, let alone the surface itself and how much better it is.
Now, with all the work that has been done, you as a head coach, has it changed the way that you do things? Have you been able to use it more as opposed to years past?
Not so much use it more. It's a lot easier to get around with the different configuration of the track. We use it as much. Indoor track's a little bit different of an animal because this is a bank track, and puts a little more. It's a little harder on the body sometimes with the bank and how it goes, so I have to be kind of careful. Any track that you use like that is going to be that way. So, but in terms of its people coming in and being able to use it, it's a lot more user-friendly.
But as a head coach, got to be happy with your first foray out there against New Hampshire. Had a nice showing.
Yeah, we did. It's always a double-edged sword with this first meet, because then we have this meet, but we don't have another one for 4 more weeks. So have to keep them interested in especially being away for Christmas break, keep them interested in doing the workouts and doing everything. And, you know, them having to find a place to do the workouts if they're from away. But it's good for all the people that have been training all fall to be able to come in and do something or compete in the first meet.
Now you mentioned double-edged sword. Now that is because you get ramped up for the big event and then you shut it down for so long. Yeah. Would you prefer to have that first meet be a little bit later in the season? Yeah,
usually what I like to do is have their performances and their workouts on a upward scale. So you're starting off the beginning of the year, you know, you're kind of rusty from last year. You're certainly not starting off where you were the year before, fitness-wise or sharpness-wise. Plus all of the important meets are at the end of the season anyway. All the championship meets that you're pointing towards are at the end of the season. So I like the progression to be, you know, from low to high that way. So
now as you move down the line, you get past winter break. Talk to me about what some big events that you think are big dates on the calendar that are key for the squad.
Well, certainly it's the conference championship down in New York this year. That's what we usually key on every year. So we try and everything up to that point in time is getting ready for that, for those last couple meets, the ECA season. If we have somebody going to the NCAAs, that's at the end of the year. So track and field is it's kind of like putting the pieces of the puzzle together. At the beginning, you try and put the border together, and then you put all the pieces on the rest of the inside, so you get the total picture. At the end of the season, you get the total picture, and that's what we're really looking for. But you know, we go to some, like BU has some really good meets early season on, and that's where you kind of get to see where you're at and against a lot of other different people that you normally don't get to see. So hopefully it's building fitness and confidence the whole year through.
Now, based on what you've seen, do you think this team has what it takes to compete at the America East, perhaps going beyond that to the NCAAs?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a lot of raw talent that we have, and if I can just cultivate that the right way, then yeah, I think we'll be good.
If anybody can do it, Mark, I think it could be you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, well, thank you very much for joining us, Mark. And we'll now hear from Athletic Director Carlton Creech. Here's another visit to Carlton's Corner.
The Student Athlete Advisory Committee is a great thing for Maine athletics. It takes representatives from each of our athletic programs, and we come together, and the goal is community service and student athlete experience. It's always a great highlight of my week when Sunday comes around and it's time for the SAC meeting. So it's a great thing for Maine athletics. We've got All-Americans, we've got all-conference performers, we've got high-achieving academic student athletes. So it's a great mix, and really the leadership from every team is here to do this great work. Community service, Toys for Tots, you name it, they're out there spreading the good word about Maine athletics and giving back to this great community that supports them throughout the year. So it's their way to give back and say thank you to our community in Bangor and all around the state.
Still ahead on the Black Bear Insider, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee having their Dodge for a Cause fundraiser. This you don't want to miss. We'll be right back after the break.
You support your Black Bears at the game. Now, you can support them everywhere you go. Introducing the exclusive Black Bear debit card only at Maine Savings. The Black Bear debit card is free to you and supports the Black Bear Fund each time you use your card for a purchase. Just open a Red Wallet account at Maine Savings. Stop into our new College Avenue branch or any of our other convenient branches. Show your pride. Make a difference. The exclusive Black Bear debit card only at Maine Savings.
EBS Building Supplies knows time is the most valuable resource you have. That's why they offer free delivery anywhere in their service area. Fast, convenient, and free. That's the EBS way. So whether you're a professional contractor or a do-it-yourself homeowner, no delivery is too small or too big, and custom ordering is always available. Use EBS free delivery to make your life easier and your home improvement project complete faster. EBS Building Supplies. Can do. Just ask.
Welcome to U.S. Cellular. Hey, remember you from Black Friday?
It's okay. I'm the one who wants to switch and get my old contract paid off.
Well, just a warning, our holiday deal is even sweeter. You'll still get the $100 U.S. Cellular prepaid card, but now you'll also get a free G-Pad 7.0.
A free tablet? $100. Go, go, go.
Oh, that's not a real tablet.
It isn't?
Don't let your old contract keep you from the best plan ever. This holiday season, sign up and get a free G-Pad 7.0 plus a $100 prepaid card. U.S. Cellular. Hello better.
Welcome back to the Black Bear Insider, joined now by UMaine hockey player, sophomore Cam Brown. Now, Cam, you come from Natick, Massachusetts. Talk to me a little bit about how you ended up here in Orono.
Yeah, Natick, Mass, like 4 hours south of here. And as soon as I came on my visit, I fell in love with this place. The crowd and the atmosphere is second to none, and the tradition is also second to none, so that really intrigued me.
And speaking of tradition, your family comes from quite the athletic tradition with your family. Your sister was a standout athlete, now she's coaching?
Yeah, my sister, older sister, coaches at Boston University, and she was a standout there, defender of the year a couple times, so she's really been a good influence on me and pushing me to be the best I can be, I guess. Pretty competitive around the house and stuff.
So in UMaine BU week, do you get a couple extra texts talking about the Terriers and the Black Bears?
Yeah, she always cheers for me, but she has to kind of, I guess, hide it a little more.
Sure. Now, up here in Orono, talk to me a little bit about the way things have gone this year, in particular, a couple of long, interesting road trips that you've gone on. Must be a very interesting experience, but also a nice chance to bond with your teammates?
Yeah, absolutely, especially Alaska. We were on a bunch of planes for a long period of time, but I mean, that's when you really become a family. You get really close with the guys, pull some pranks, watch some movies. Some guys are falling asleep on each other, so it's all good, and it really brings us close together.
Now, on the ice this year, leading the team in scoring, let's hear a little bit about that. Why have things gone your way a little bit out there on the ice?
I don't know, maybe some good bounces. I'm playing with some good players, Blaine Byron, Brian Morgan. Usually some people, sometimes we change the lines, but I play with Blaine and Brian Morgan a lot, and I think we have good chemistry. They're great players, and they make great plays. It's hats off to them for anything.
Now, the team's been struggling a bit as of late. What kind of things are you trying to do to turn things around?
I think mainly we're just staying positive. I mean, that's all we can do. And we got two big ones this weekend, UNH and Manchester and Portland. And all the guys are fired up about UNH. It's our favorite team to play, big rivalry. So we're just really excited about that, turn it around, and go on a break, regroup, and come back and get after it again.
As you look around the conference, what do you think about your chances in the Hockey East once you get into the tournament there?
I think this second half we're going to turn it around, and I think anything can happen. Hockey East is deep, but anyone can beat anyone, so I'm not worried about it.
And how important is it to have that home ice advantage here? You know, to reclaim what Alfond Arena. You said it's one of the reasons you came here to play for these home fans, and this building can really get crazy.
Yeah, absolutely, it's crazy. We have very loyal local fans, and our student section is amazing. Just every time we get over the red line an offensive chance, you can hear them, and when we score, and they bark at the refs, and it's just, there's nothing like it.
All right. Well, Cam, we wish you the best of luck the rest of the way. Have a happy holidays, and look forward to recharging those batteries after this weekend. So we're now going to have a little fun here. The Student Athlete Advisory Committee held a Dodge for a Cause. This you've got to see.
You know, our strategy was just aggressiveness. You know, we came out to kill, and that's what we did. We went undefeated. The Super Balls was our team, and you know, we ran house, so it was fun, and we raised a lot of money, so it was a great cause.
Last year was our first one, and I thought it was a great success. We helped raise money for families in need around this time, for Christmas presents and stuff like that. And this year was a great turnout. We raised a lot of money, and a lot of kids had fun.
SAC, stands for Student Athletic Advisory Committee, is a group of dedicated athletes who really want to make a difference in the community. We get together once a month to really focus on specific committees in order to get the name out there and to better the community.
So far this year we've been involved in a lot of stuff, especially in the community visiting schools to read to students and working with the Boys and Girls Club that just opened in Orono, and then doing Dodge for Cause, which is a great event we just had to raise money to give Christmas presents to a local family. So, just really trying to make a difference in the community and get our student athletes' faces out there so that we can get more people to games too.
The people who volunteered, I'm going to send you just a name, just let me go over the name. It's going to be a girl or a boy. They're in 4th or 5th grade.
I'm a big community person. I really like getting our name out there, and I think the best way to have fans and fill the seats with fans is for us to engage with them and become at that level of friendship.
You get to know different people from different sports, and like basketball, I've never played basketball, so it's really cool to be able to go to a game and like see someone that I know do well, I guess, and be able to cheer them on.
Sometimes teams like to stay, in their team and not really get out much, so it's nice to work together with other athletes and just make a difference in the community.
This holiday season, the women's basketball team is getting in on the fun for a great cause. They wrapped gifts to Bangor Mall recently, all for the Ronald McDonald House. Take a look.
And so today we are gift wrapping, and all the proceeds go to the Ronald McDonald House.
We did it last year too, so we're wrapping Christmas presents. People go and buy them, and then they come here and make a little donation.
It's really nice because you can see like how all the people they recognize us, they come to congratulate us for a win, and like all the kids are very excited, and they talk about how their grandkids and their kids,
And I think it's really important because this is a way for us to like promote the team, but at the same time like interact with the people that are coming to our games, and it's a good way to like get more people to come to.
Can you hold on?
Some of you might do, some of you to kind of.
You need to pull both of them. It's a lot of teamwork. So one person might be, wrapping off the paper from the rack, and then another person might add a tape. So it's kind of like in basketball, one person might get that pass for the next shot. So just a lot of teamwork.
Truly a student athlete, Wilson Adams did a research project in high school looking at the physics of the hammer throw. We'll see if that translates to the athletic field when we hear from him after the break.
Hey Black Bear fans, my name is Brett Baber with Lanham Blackwell & Baber, and this is Compliance Corner, where we help you understand some of the most commonly misunderstood NCAA rules and regulations that affect our Black Bear athletes and its program. Today I'd like to talk to you about NCAA gambling guidelines. Student athletes, coaches, and athletic department staff cannot place a wager on any college or professional sporting event in which the NCAA conducts a championship. This includes wagers for items such as cash, meals or apparel, fantasy sports leagues, or sports pools such as March Madness bracket contest. Additionally, student athletes, coaches, and athletic department staff may not share information that could be used to wager on sports, including injury updates. Gambling activities have very specific limitations placed on them, so if you have any questions about this or any other compliance questions, feel free to contact the Black Bear Compliance Office at 207-581-1557 or visit goblackbears.com/information/compliance. This has been Compliance Corner, brought to you by Lanham, Blackwell & Baber.
Team captain, all-conference hammer thrower, bioengineering major, and physics minor. Wilson Adams certainly has a full plate here at the university. He's also a teacher's aide and, oh yeah, a standout member of the track and field team.
He's the quintessential student athlete. He's a great athlete, he's a great thrower, conference champion, but he does everything academically too, and even outside of academics.
So most of your career is going to be going through here anyway? Being a student athlete has really tested me. It takes a lot of time management, it takes a lot of just focus and dedication, really, both to sport and especially what I do as a student athlete. You know, it requires quite a bit of work. I have two primary events. That's the hammer throw and the weight throw. In indoor, I throw the weight, and that's a 35-pound implement, and in outdoor, it's a 16-pound implement. It's about 4 feet long. They both sort of follow the same mechanisms of a throw, where you're winding it around your head and spinning around and throwing it.
Being a thrower, you have to do stuff in the weight room. I mean, you have to be powerful enough to be able to throw something 35 pounds, 60-something feet, or a 12-pound hammer, 190 feet. They're spinning around that circle real fast in order to generate the energy to put into that ball. It's almost like a ballet, really.
People don't really know what it is, and I say, oh, I throw the hammer, and they're like, cool, is that like the shot put? And it's almost like a shot put. It goes quite a bit further, but it's fun to explain it to them, and you know, I always have videos from my practices that I'll show them, and they're always just fascinated by it. They're like, wow, that's so cool, how do you not fall over? You get really dizzy. It's people seem to think it's a really cool thing. The science aspect of it is really well outlined in sort of like biomechanics literature, but it's really all based on how you feel. When you get a good throw, you know it, you feel that you've done right. Ultimately, I do want to pursue a PhD in biomedical engineering. And I want to take that and sort of work in industry for a little while, building biomedical devices, and eventually return to academia. I would like to do research and sort of help students figure out why they like engineering, what drives them in bioengineering, and that sort of thing. The nice thing about engineering is that it sets me up for a really good career path to be able to really focus on what I really enjoy, you know, the biology and the physics, and also be able to dedicate some time to hammer throwing. I would love to go to the Olympics. I think more reasonable would be Olympic trials. Olympic trials, usually I think the cutoff is about 68 meters. I'm sitting right around 60 meters right now. So I got a couple of years to work my way up to 68 meters. And if I can make that, then I'd definitely go for the Olympic trials. As far as my experience as a student athlete, I really feel like I've benefited greatly from it. Track, even though it consumes a lot of time, I get to meet a whole, or be a part of a whole group of people that share the same struggles as I do, and we get to bond over that.
I'd have to say he's setting himself up really well for after college, for whatever he's going to do. He even finds time to volunteer for stuff, so just heap more on him, and he'll be able to handle it.
I've had a fantastic time. Wouldn't change it at all.
It's getting cold outside here in Orono, so we're thankful that we have places like the New Balance Fieldhouse for our athletic events. With that in mind, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule brought to you by US Cellular. Couples in the area may want to take a page out of Sara and Ricky Reichenbach's playbook. Not only are they happily married with a new baby, they also are coaching the Maine women's hockey team to one of their best starts in school history. Let's see how they do it.
I think this year has been, we really had the summer to plan, so that made a huge difference. The girls came in with great attitudes. They worked hard this summer. We've been a little bit inconsistent at times, but they work hard and they show up every single game, and it's put us in a very good position in hockey so far.
I think for us, we work so well together, and when we come to the rink, it's it is my husband, but at the same time, he's my coworker, and I feel very fortunate to be able to work with not only my husband, but someone who knows hockey so much and who's very good at what he does, and so I think we do a really good job of being able to, come to work and do our job, and then go home and be husband and wife, and I think that's why it works really well.
Yeah, coaching with Sara has been amazing because the first 3 years that we dated, we talked so much about hockey, except we were at different schools. I was at a Division III school my first year, and then I came to Maine. So being able to work with her and kind of work on the same goal and have the same focus has been something that's been really special, and it's good to have someone that you can make decisions with and that you trust and that you know so well, not just in hockey but in life.
I think having a lot of trust, not only as coworkers but just as husband and wife, has really allowed us to see who's right and maybe we should go that way. So it's not like we're not trying to prove anything. We just want the best for what's the best for the team.
We'll get our chances. We just need to make sure we make good decisions with the puck and we use each other, okay?
It's been pretty amazing. Mia was born August 30th, and it was an amazing experience, and she's been at the rink pretty much every day since, and definitely loves it, and is definitely a hockey baby. So.
A big part of her day is watching the men's practice with me, and while Sara gets some work done, and she has 26 big sisters, and we really feel fortunate to have such a supporting environment for her to be around.
Yeah, they love her, and they're so good to her, and obviously just having that support just makes everything so much better. And she just, it's like after a game, if it was a rough game or we didn't play so well, just having her just really puts a smile on her face regardless of what happened during the game. So it puts things into perspective, and every day has been a blessing.
Well, that wraps it up for this episode of the Black Bear Insider. Thank you very much for watching. If you want more information on your favorite teams, go to goblackbears.com. They've got all the scores, highlights, and scheduling information you could possibly need. Until we see you again, we will say, go Black Bears.